We leave you tonight with the inspiring story of a man millions of people have literally looked up to. Tim Peake is the most famous astronaut in Britain. He was such a big hit during his stay on the International Space Station that he's been asked to go up again. But as CTV's London Bureau Chief Paul Workman reports, he's going to need a new ship.
Major Tim Peake's Soyuz space capsule came scorching down to Earth at phenomenal speed, 27,000 kilometers an hour. Its outer skin burned and torn up as it entered the atmosphere, dropping through the skies to a relatively soft landing on the steppes of Kazakhstan. The astronauts inside cramped and more or less helpless. That was last June. 7 months later, the astronaut and his spacecraft have been reunited at the British Science Museum.
This is wonderful to see the Soyuz capture. What a marvellous vehicle it is, and wonderful hybrid of new and old. I think the Russians have this great philosophy of if it ain't broke, then don't fix it. You can see that with the Soyuz. There are elements here that are from the 60s in terms of design, and then there are elements like the glass cockpit that are very modern. This is a very safe, very reliable vehicle.
It's hard to tell, but it feels like a lot of water.
Peake spent 186 days in orbit, the first British astronaut assigned by Europe to the International Space Station. That makes him a big celebrity here and a force of inspiration for the next generation of dreamers.
It'd be really fun to go up in a rocket and then come down as a burning ball of fire.
Peake is now 44. The European Space Agency just offered him a second mission, which means one more hot, bumpy, and very fast ride home.
It's what every astronaut wants to do, and myself and my classmates from 2009, we're all going to get a second mission for the space station, which is wonderful.
Even with Britain leaving the European Union, at least its space program will not be affected. Funding has already been extended for the next 4 years, to the great relief of many in the science community here. Paul Workman, CTV News, London.